serving the community. 102.5 EAVA FM.
Well, don't forget, Massive, we are going live real soon.
We are live on Facebook.
We're on live
yeah,
on Facebook.
We're on live on Facebook.
So what's happening, my brother? You know what I mean? Because with this thing what's going on right now, and you know what? We are live and we're going to be talking to all the artists right now. Myself is in the house, Vij is in the house, and Culture's in the house tonight.
What are you saying, Culture?
I'm ready to go, you know. Ready.
Yeah?
So everybody's ready.
Everybody's ready.
Everybody's ready.
Celebrate Health Tour is here on EVA FM right now.
Now, I know that you are looking forward to talking to certain artists, just like myself.
Of course. We've got Fredro right now waiting. We've got Keith Dorsette here. We've got Ryt Iye here. Everyone's here in the building. You know what? We're ready to go live. You know what I'm going to do? So what, Culture, you can hear us?
I can hear you loud and clear. Yep.
Okay.
All right.
You may want to put Culture's volume a little bit higher. Yeah?
Yeah.
A bit higher. Yeah? That's a bit better.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what we're going to do? We're going to bring Keith Dorsette, Ryt Iye, and Fredro Starr right now live on the interview. Yeah? Hello, people. Can you hear us?
Yeah, man.
Yes.
That's
How you
good.
guys doing? You all right?
Yeah, real young talent, infinite young energy.
Energy, okay. So, yeah. It's good to have you on EVA FM Festival.
Yeah, Celebrate Health is taking over the building.
Yes, of course. Celebrate Health Media Tour. You know, it's absolutely fantastic. So, guys, tell us, how did you guys get together? What is the Celebrate Health Media Tour? Who wants to go first?
You want to start, KD? Shall I start?
Anybody
All
can
right, Ryt Iye, take it, Ryt Iye. You got it. Wait, first, we got to big up Culture, VJ, and Attraction. Thank you for having us.
Right.
All of
Shout out to Lady D and the music
thank you for
media.
having us. We're honored to be here. Honored.
Yeah, man, that's good to hear.
Shout out to Lady D and music media.
Absolutely. You know, hold tight.
Yeah,
So, Keith, right, let me ask you the first question, yeah? So what is this tour all about? Tell the people out there.
Yo, peace. Right now, we are in a global pandemic. People are separated, isolated, going from their bed to their desk, not doing any activity. And depression is kicking in. It's a trifecta for just damaging us from the inside out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you know what? When it comes to...
Yeah, so go and carry on, Keith.
There's a little bit of a delay on this side, so pardon me.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Okay.
So this tour is about educating, inspiring people to make their health a priority and trying to give them very useful information in a very fun and entertaining way so it's not so boring. And of course, invite them to participate in our virtual health programs, which are going to be available starting February 22nd. It's going to be our 37th group, celebrating our 10th year anniversary as a world leader in non-communicable disease prevention. Basically, just we're the best in the world at fixing your body from the inside out.
Okay.
And it's the first time ever that people are going to have a chance to train with us virtually, right from their living room or their studio, their office, anywhere.
Yeah, that sounds like a real good thing. So how come you've got all the music people involved in this as well, Keith?
I got a lot of people that love us.
And you're doing the right things, Keith, right?
Yeah, man. I mean, we found out, I developed this program with the Ministry of Health of the country of Suriname. the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the president over there. Oh yeah, definitely. And we realized that talking about diabetes and hypertension and obesity and heart conditions and cancers from a doctor's point of view was just boring people and putting them to sleep. So we had to find a way to put the medicine in the ice cream.
Right.
So when people train with us, it's a lot of fun, and they learn about the educational tools that they need to manage their health for the long term. It's not just about physical sessions. It's really just fun and learning staples you need to take care of yourself.
Okay.
So the artists that are on board, like Fredro and Gramps and Ryt Iye, they actually live. Like Freddie stays in the gym. He's been ripped forever. He came out the womb with 8 muscles in his abdomen.
Wow.
I know. I've seen Fredro perform.
I don't know about that, but yeah.
You say Fredro can hear you, bro.
Yeah. Hey, Fredro, I've seen you perform in our hometown in Leicester. When you came through, we booked you for an event in our gig, in our venue. You and Sticky.
I love Leicester. We had a great time over there. But yes, when we perform, it's like a performance. And I was telling Keith, I think Onyx performance should be added or included in the workout, because what we do on stage, jumping around, we move every part of our body on stage for an hour. So we're gonna come up with something with Keith to implement the music and the movements and all of that Onyx energy into what Safe is doing.
Yeah, man. Because I feel like you coming from a music background, entertainment background, how important has health been part of your whole journey?
Well, you know, if you're in the music business or television, you have to be in the public eye. You have to be in front of the camera. You have to be on stage. So you want to be your best when you are performing. You know what I mean? So you want to be healthy. You want to eat right. You want to keep your mind right. My whole thing, like I always say, is mind, body, and soul. You got to feed every one of those. Your mind, you got to feed your mind. Whether you want to read a book, meditate, smoke marijuana, whatever you want to do to get your mind right, that's what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? Your body is physical. You have to get your physical. You have to stay active. Walking is the best thing you can do, because walking is part of life. If you do it a lot, it becomes an exercise. So walking is my whole thing. You know what I mean? I love to walk. I walk upstairs. I don't deal with elevators. I try to walk to the store. I try to walk a lot, and I've always been like that. And then the third thing is your spirits, your soul. You want your spirits and your soul to be right. So you want to live righteous. You want to do righteous things. You don't want to have a bad conscience. You know, nobody's going to be perfect, but you can strive to be righteous. You know what I'm saying? And that's just living with a positive mind state. And I think if you do those 3 things, you will have a long career. And we've been still rocking shows. Me and Sticky still doing shows right now to this day. This is what we do for a living. So yeah, you got to be healthy.
Okay. How was Russia recently?
Cold.
Okay.
It was cold in Russia, man. Yo,
how did that happen? How did that happen? You go in Russia during this whole pandemic to
So what happened was this is the whole thing, and people said, "Oh, you're crazy," but Russia is Onyx's biggest market. Yeah. Russia connects with Onyx. Let's make a long story short, when Russia became independent, when they started getting music from America, it was early 90s, and Onyx was part of that. So that was kind of like the first hip hop they was getting. You know what I'm saying? Russia missed the whole 80s, Rakim, Slick Rick era. They missed all that because it wasn't independent. So when the 90s came around, Onyx, Cypress Hills, and groups like that, they connected with us. So for 30 years, man, Russia's been one of our biggest markets. So we have a lot of friends over there. And one of my friends owns a restaurant called Prime Wings. And he's doing his thing. My guys sold out concert. They was like, yo, we want to bring you guys to do one show. Now, here's the thing. Onyx is the only American rap group with a multi-entry visa into Russia. So we didn't need to apply for a visa because we already had one. Like, we can go to Russia anytime we want. There's like we have a like we can get 3 years. We can just go in and like no visa, nothing, because we already got one. So that was the reason why we was able to go through the COVID shit. But we had to take COVID. That wasn't too fun, you know what I'm saying? And when we got there, it's usually packed shows. I mean, the crowd is crazy. There was nobody at the show, man. It was a ghost town, man. The world is, man, coronavirus got everything shut down.
Wow. I've never heard of a show going an Onyx show with not many people there. Do you know what I mean? Every time I see you guys, it's like it's rammed. Any video, even in Leicester, you guys rammed it out hard. We were like, what? You know, it was big.
Yeah, but that was before the coronavirus. You know, a lot of people, you know, it's worldwide because I live in LA. It's shut down. And when we went out there, it's shut down. Like, you can't go to restaurants, you know, it's shut down. So the coronavirus is real. You have to stay healthy. You have to juice with the green juices or whatever you like, the sea moss, however you want to rock. You gotta stay juiced up, man. You gotta stay healthy, vitamins, and get a lot of sun. You gotta be in the sun a lot, man. Vitamin, you need that sun. The sun is the sun can heal your whole body, man.
Wow.
Charge up.
Right. Keith, can I ask you a question?
Yes, General.
Right, you know this particular project that you're doing right now, right? What are you hoping to gain from this particular project?
Did he hear us?
Yes, I got you. There's a bit of a delay, so I just want to wait till you finish so I don't cut you off. So that's a great question. So I trained this guy. His name is Mark Jenkins. He trains Beyonce, Puffy, LL, Missy, like one of the top trainers in America in black music. We came up together and we had this plan, and Fredro was part of that plan too. We always wanted to find ways to help youth get off the streets using sports or music. Like we made that pact. Like if we made it, we would want to do programs that would really try to make a difference. Mark kept his methodology for training when he got his body together out in Hollywood for the big money. And I wanted to keep it reachable and affordable for the hood.
Right.
There's no reason why people should, I'm not saying no reason, but people pay us hundreds and over $1,000 an hour to sit with us during our sessions to get them ready for movies, tours, etc. There's no reason why somebody from the hood or somebody who doesn't have the financial wherewithal shouldn't have access to that type of information and methodology. So Celebrate Health, these virtual programs are going to cost people less than $2 an hour. Master trainers like myself and nutritionists, dietitians, board certified health professionals, the same type of staff that would come with a Beyonce or an LL Cool J package is what the regular people are going to get. Right. So our ambition, truly, after training 4,000 people over the last 10 years, is to help the hood, help everybody, but in particular, like the financially challenged people, to get access to world-class health information where they can achieve optimal health and manage it for the rest of their life. In other words, be condition-free.
Right.
No diabetes crap, no high blood pressure, no cancers, no COVID. And by the way, on the COVID note, they just put out a report maybe 2 weeks ago. In America, about 3 million people got diagnosed with COVID, and around 300,000 of them have been fatal, meaning they've died from it.
Okay.
And that's over the course of a year. When it comes to non-communicable diseases, otherwise known as NCDs, they take over 200,000 people a day.
Wow.
So when you put that in perspective, non-communicable diseases are the leading cause of death, and they have been for the last 5-6 decades easily. They all have a common denominator of obesity, poor dietary habits, lack of physical activity. And in our lifetime, there's only been one call to action.
Okay.
Like what you're seeing, a call to action now for COVID, there's only been one call to action for NCDs on a global level, and it was at the United Nations Summit in 2011. And at that summit, SafeCamp, the program that I work with, they were recognized as the world's leading program in NCD prevention. But after that summit happened, it was like they just talked about a lot of stuff, and you didn't really see things mobilized to attack it like they are with COVID.
Right.
Despite the fact that it's killing 200,000 people a day, and the mortality rate is well into the 70 percentile.
Okay.
So I'm gonna tell all of y'all, and I hope that you take it to heart, that taking care of your body is the safest way to keep you safe.
100%. 100%.
Drug-free, medicine-free. Just take care of your body and go into prevention mode. Get your immunity system working as it should, and don't be counterproductive with your lifestyle habits. Everything you do with your body has to be part of the solution to helping all of your systems function as they should.
So how do we get motivated in actually making that first step? Because we know in the hood, in our areas that are very much in poverty or undeprived, it's probably the most unhealthiest. And you know what the worst
Put on
thing
a slam record and do cardio for like an hour straight hard. Yeah.
So right time.
These kids is
I've
playing a
got a
lot of
question.
nowadays.
Right
Too. Nobody.
Oh,
How you doing? How you doing, bro?
how you doing? Yo, right eye.
kind of
Can
went a
you
bit.
hear me?
Part of it. You know, the motivation that comes from right here, from discussions like this that, yeah, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah. Right eye.
Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah,
Can you hear me, bro?
Yeah.
I can hear you.
Yeah. I can see you sitting there waiting. How you doing?
They said patience is a virtue, so you know we always hold that true.
That's true. You know, yeah, guys. I mean, big respects to Fredro. You know what I mean? You've been going for a long time. Keith, you know what I mean? Respects into every aspect. You know what I'm saying? You're doing a great work. Right side. How do you get involved in all the, you know, the health side of things and what's going on? You know what I mean? In that aspect.
Well, for myself, I've been working with Keith now directly in music and business since I was roughly 21 years old, so quite a while. And you know, through working with Keith, we've always focused on health, and it's always been health related things that we've put towards. So it's not our first project together. He's been a mentor for myself throughout the many years. So you know, through that, you know, it becomes an honor to work with Fredro, as you know, as a young British youth watching this guy called Q come on Moesha and wrap her off her feet. Like those things are inspirational things for youths like us from the ghetto to say, yeah, we can get that girl, not because, you know what I mean? So when I got to work with Keith and Fredro through ventures prior to SafeCamp, once SafeCamp had started, it was like a no-brainer. Like, of course I'm going to work with you, Keith. Like, this guy sits down and batter me at chess, and chess is a serious game, and I always try and teach it to the youngers. Something that I guess Madame Jew can kind of take a bit of responsibility for. Jamaicans not liking chess coming into the millennium, but when it comes to mental stability and you know what a team means or what it means to be a team, if you don't play that game, you won't get it.
Yeah.
So
That's right. Yeah.
you know, and again, coming over that, you know, growing up with Bushman,
Bushman, yeah.
he is a fitness guru when it comes to this thing. Like every morning he'd be up down at Lyson Beach. It would be laps, and then on the sand, you know, press ups, sit ups, running, and then he'd be hitting the swimming. And I found it difficult to keep up with him at the age of 13, 14. This, you know, it's just like, what? But he takes that and he goes on the stage and he holds down the stage show for 30 minutes, 40 minutes with this big, powerful voice. You have to be fit for that. You can't touch the stage whispering, you know, like some of our new rappers coming up now, you know, whispering in the studios and thinking that can hold the stage down. It don't work. So for myself, it's as a RAS, you know, it's always been a primary focus, you know, eat well, sleep well, and these things. So it's coming up through music and business. It just works. Like, yeah, man, I'm here.
Right. That's a good concept. That's a good concept. You know what I mean? So in all that ways, you keep yourself like a temple. Keep yourself in like a disciplined temple.
Definitely. Yeah. I'm a Tai Chi student, and one thing most people don't realize that to master Tai Chi, you have to be a vegan.
Right.
You can't master Tai Chi until you're a vegan, no matter how good you get, because as long as you eat animals, it's going to restrict the flow of energy through your body. Now, if energy is being restricted through your body, that's direct cause to cancer.
Right.
Because that energy can't flow now. So there is a lot more than just the spiritual perspective. There is scientific proof. There is a lot of proof that, you know, we do need to really eat properly to take care of ourselves. That is one of the most important first steps that we need to do. So I'm here to kind of just inspire these youths to start looking at it more constructively and get out of them damn fried chicken shops.
So what is in your eye, Right Eye, what is the proper way to eat healthily?
Well, inevitably, you know, you have to have herbs and fruits on your plate. You have to. You can't get through this world and not eat herbs and fruits. When people say, "Oh, but meat," you spice your meat with herbs. The only reason you eat that chicken is because it's got all of those vegetables, what you say you don't like to eat, on it. And if it wasn't, you wouldn't eat the chicken. You wouldn't eat that beef, whatever it is. So I think a lot of my grandma used to make sure I drink Serisi tea once every quarter.
That thing is so big.
But grandma ate bitter. We're sweet to the mouth, bitter to the belly. I was sweet to the belly, bitter to the mouth. So are you pleasing your belly or are you pleasing your mouth? Because when you got that belly ache, your mouth can't help you.
That's true.
So take that as an example. Go for the bitter food and get out of that sweet stuff. You really need to take care of your blood. Your heart is important, and if you clog up your heart, you got massive risks going on. Cholesterol, arteries, it's a serious thing. I see you want to chime in there, KD. Hit me, man. Hit me. I see you, KD. What are you saying?
Yeah.
So, Pete.
Yes, sir.
So, you know what? Have you seen any bad conditions that people have been in, you know, when it comes to, you know, not eating right and stuff like that?
Of course. So let me just finish up with what Rada was having, how to eat better. So there's a mathematical approach that's going to help all of us determine on how much discipline we need to have. There's 3 major body types that we all fall under. So we have Ectomorph, which has a very fast metabolism. These are usually the very slender people. They can eat whatever they want, and they're burning it off really fast.
Yeah.
You have an endomorph, which has a slower metabolic rate, and whatever they eat sticks to them.
Right.
It's very difficult for them to burn off calories at the fat at the molecular level. Then you got a mesomorph, which they have a high metabolic rate. They're born with muscles, and if they take off for a couple of months, they're not going to stack on a lot of weight, but they do have to manage themselves.
Right.
So a guy like, say, Fredro, he's in between an ectomorph and a mesomorph. He has a high metabolic rate, and if he were to take off for a couple of months, he wouldn't really stack on a lot of weight.
Okay.
Then you have a guy like Ryt Iye. He is also in between an ectomorph and a mesomorph. He's slender by nature. He has a high metabolic rate, and he's not stacking on pounds by the month. You're not going to see him just blow it up. And then you got somebody like, let's say Lizzo, who's an endomorph. Slow metabolic rate. If she's not on top of that, she can add on kilograms every month, every week, noticeable kilograms.
Okay.
And then you have like a mesomorph, which would be like, I'm a mesomorph. Yeah, like mesomorphs are born muscular. They have genetically they're very well put together, but they can't just neglect themselves for a long time. So once you get a sense of where you fall in that body type, it should give you more motivation and awareness on how much more you have to be on top of what you eat.
Mm.
So if Fredro or Ryt Iye or myself, if we wanted to just eat anything for like a week or two, if we put on a pound or two, that may be appropriate.
Okay.
Whereas if an endomorph person did it, like someone that's just with a slow metabolic rate, and they did anything they want for 2 weeks, they may put on like 6 pounds. And then just do the math from there, add it on by however long you neglect yourself and neglect what you're eating.
Right.
You can just put on 30 pounds in a year and it'd be over for you.
Right. Right.
So the rule of thumb is, if you can't get to your target weight within 2 weeks, it's time to take immediate action and get on top of that.
EAVA, sharing the richness of cultures. This is EAVA FM.
The new variant of COVID-19 is spreading fast. Around 1 in 3 people with COVID-19 don't have any symptoms but can still pass it on, putting people at risk of serious disease and renewing pressure on our NHS. Vaccines give clear hope for the future, but the rising infection rate requires action now. Once more, we must all stay home. If you essentially go out, remember, wash your hands, cover your face, and make space. Stay home. Protect the NHS. Save lives.
The voice of Leicester, sharing the richness of cultures. This is EAVA FM.
You better run from poverty. Yeah. Yo, this is Bay C, and you're locked into EAVA FM.
English, Hindi, Punjabi, Urdu, Chinese, South African, Sri Lankan, Polish, Somali, French, West African, Arabic, Swahili. Voice of Leicester. This is EAVA FM.
Businesses. If you deal with Europe, new rules now apply. If you haven't already, you need to get started. You can find out what you need to know on the Brexit Checker tool online. In just a few clicks, you'll get personalised actions for your business. To gov.uk/transition. Use the Brexit Checker tool and keep your business moving. Check, change, go.
Serving the community 24 hours a day. EAVA FM.
EAVA FM. When you have your friends and you can't trust them, and so you know you have to make adjustment. Because you can't live in a suspense, so you find a solution for the problem. Cut off every dirty heart. If them a fake friend, even I need them, and we see it clear, say them a pretend. Oh, EAVA FM, cut off every dirty heart. Bubble Bats a full flight ends out.
EAVA FM is a multilingual radio station serving the diverse communities of Leicester on 102.5 FM. For advertising and sponsorship, email sales@eavafm.com or call 07811 659 364. That's 07811 659 364. Serving the community, 102.5 EVA FM.
Okay, we're back straight after the commercials. Everyone, for joining us. On our EVA FM 102.5, we've got the Celebrate Health Tour. You know, we got Keith Dorsette here right now. We got Ryt Iye. We were joined by Fredro Starr as well. You know what? I'm going to take it straight back to what Keith was saying. Keith, you were talking about different body types and how the body types and how weight is put on the different bodies. So can you kind of carry on with the different body types there?
Let's look at your body type kind of like your expendable income. If you have an endomorph body and you know you have a slow metabolic rate and it's easy for you to put on weight, you have no expendable income. It means you can't waste any money, which means you can't waste any time in paying more attention to managing your weight and going into prevention mode from the conditions that are attributed with being overweight.
Okay.
If you are an ectomorph, someone who is slender by nature with a fast metabolic rate, yeah, you can get away with eating more of the simple carbs and the bad stuff, and it may not show up on you with pounds or stones or kilograms, but it will show up on your backside with diabetes and heart conditions and high blood pressure.
Right.
If you're a mesomorph, the same thing applies. Means we can cheat for a week or two and it's not going to affect us weight-wise, but it's still going to impact us in its own value internally.
Right.
And the problem with us as people is that we only pay attention to our health when something really kicks in with us personally or with our family, someone that we love, because you can't see what's going on the inside.
Right.
But I promise you, I'll put my life on it. If you could have a discussion with your heart, with your liver, with your pancreas, with your respiratory system, your immune system, your cardiovascular system, your neurological system, all these systems that work for us every day, they would tell you, look, Bridget, don't blood clot make me go work and don't pay me proper.
Yeah. True.
So you use your body, you must pay your body.
Right.
And the way that you pay your body is with recovery time, proper sleep, stress management. Don't eat things that are referred to as empty calories, which means they have no nutrient or mineral value. They're just taking up space in your body. And while they're there, they're getting busy on destroying whatever they can.
Right.
It's like what you saw at the White House the other day.
Yeah, we see what we're up.
That was calories, sugars, simple carbs in plain form.
Yeah.
That's a Red Bull.
Go on Storm Babylon and say, yo, Babylon, man, I like the way you're gonna treat me so.
But yeah.
We're gonna mash up your blood clot yard.
Yeah. Yeah. You know something, Keith. You know, if somebody like me wanted to come to your program, right? What would you be offering me to help me on losing and having a healthy body, losing weight, and stuff like that?
Say that again, Attraction.
No, he's got it. I think he has.
I apologize for the clots. Sorry.
It's all good. It's all good. We're on FM.
I'm passionate about health, man. I'm watching too many people come through the hospitals and urgent cares with conditions that are totally preventable.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah, I see. So if you go to celebratehealth.africa, celebratehealth.africa, you could find all the info on the programs and you could apply to come in. There's 3 different ones you can register for. You could do a 1 time a week on the weekends just to get started.
Okay.
You could do 3 times a week for 1 month. And if you really want to get gangster with it, you do 3 times a week for 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
And all of the programs come with a flurry of health education classes that teach you about the relationship your body has with sugars, calories, carbohydrates, electrolytes, cholesterol, the immune system, things that you need for the rest of your life to apply to your health management. It comes with cooking workshops and all the physical sessions. So, you can get that type of consultation and expertise for like less than $2 an hour. And in the past, we've made it free for thousands of people. And those people weren't completing the programs. And it's because psychologically, it's taboo to even talk about health. People don't want to hear about it. And then the other part is, if they get something for free, they're not even motivated to invest their effort into it. So if living longer is worth $2 an hour to you, to have consultancy with board certified health professionals and master trainers, it can add many years onto your life. You'll be able to hang out with your kids longer and play with them, like literally. And if you can't run around with your kids, you need to think about who is going to be running around with them.
Yeah.
That's true.
So
Serious
some of the fondest moments in your kid's life are going to be the time they spend outdoors playing with daddy and mommy.
Exactly.
And you need to be able to do that.
With the time. Right time. Right
So
time.
man, you got to invest in your health in one way or the other.
Right time.
Yes, brother, I hear you.
Yes, man. As I say, you're a patient man waiting, but whereas like we have to go around the old block. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And looking in the background, you've got keyboards. That's a musical instrument. I take it. I take it. Of that background, you are musically minded in what's going on today. Because I know that where things are concerned right now, people's mental health, and they said it's music. As well as looking after your health, music seems to be the other order that takes away that thing away from what's going on now. How do you showcase that?
All right. In a short answer, I say it on Nanki. I say something like, the world is bad mind, the earth is so kind. I went so deep that I found I have no time. You cannot afford to pay me with no dime. I feel offended now, even in hard times. I stay on my grind, growth pursuit in mind, bad energy cut with life. It's like the sun that shines 7 times brighter. Some would say you're hyper. Tell the dirty viper that I'm the ugly sniper. From a distance making knocks, feet fly out of socks. Toes are in the sand while their hands are in my locks. Now the wheels have got the shots and we're driving over rocks. Just flipped a dozen pips now. I'm tallying my stocks. Like, I put it in.
Heavy right, heavy. Come with the lyrics,
That's off my track called Nanki on my website right now, rytiye.com, RYTIYE. I guess because I've always been musically involved since a teenager. I learned to play the violin when I was in year 9 in Nottingham. Yeah, so big up East Midlands crew.
All the way, So where are you based right now?
Say that again.
Where are you based right now?
I'm based in Birmingham. I'm in London at the minute, but I'm based in Birmingham at the moment. So I know a couple of my Birmingham boys are going to be listening to this.
All right.
I guess lyrically, I find it easier to deliver to people consciously with music. For example, when Bob Marley said, "Get up, stand up for the right," the whole world was on it. When he sang Africa liberate Zimbabwe. Like, a lot of things change because of those songs. When James Brown says, "Say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud," and you get all that going on, like it helps people to stay motivated, emotionally motivated to, get out of states of depression, feeling down, feeling like there's no hope, there's no way forward. So music does a lot for your psyche. And, you can either plug into the music that's going to make you want to go and ride out on the street, or you can plug into the music that's going to keep you consciously in tune. I'm a Damian Marley fan. Whenever I listen to Damian Marley, I'm like, yeah, it's revolution time for them there.
Yeah, get the balance. Yeah.
So definitely, I would advise people to listen to music. I would advise just go and find a nice song, like a positive, uplifting song. And tune in. I'm an avid fan of classical music. It is very relaxing.
Yes.
Seriously. Yeah. And this is a reggae station, and I love my reggae.
Who don't love the reggae?
And also, Ryt Iye, what do you think the state of music is in UK right now? You're from UK, you're a musician, and the state of commercial, the way our music is right now. We're hearing a lot about this drill thing. Some people are saying get rid of the drill totally, but this is what the youths are going through now. This is what they're seeing in the streets, the ops, they're talking about the ops, etc. I don't know if you're aware about the whole scene right now in UK. It's a big thing. Because not only health, we've got violence.
I would say, you know what? I think what my problem is as with the whole situation. Yeah, I'll be straight with you.
Please.
As a child growing up, if you came to Nottingham Carnival, it would have been.
I'm losing your audio. You've got your audio.
Yeah, can you hear me better now?
Yeah. Perfect.
We can hear you now.
Okay, sorry. So if you came to Nottingham back in the 92, 93, when I was a little boy, it was jungle music. It was General Levy and jungle. That was our wave. Like, it was the first real British music that we had that we could say, yeah, we made that. And I'm a sound engineer, and I record. And when I look at the BPM on grime, on dubstep, on this new thing now, it's just like, you guys are in the same tempo as jungle. Why did you not just call it jungle and just change the flavor? What has actually changed? You've just put a fast tempo with rap lyrics on it. Like, there's nothing different. So I think it's just all a mediocrity to dumb down the youths. We're not this generation, we're not that. We did the same thing with house and garage. We did the same thing going into grime, the same thing doing into dubstep. You're at the same tempo, guys. What has actually changed? What, your flow? Is that it? Really? The type of music? It's stupid. If the industry didn't force a certain narrative on us, we wouldn't think we have to be gangsters. It's a fact. If we was given more positive music, what happened to Cleopatra? It was one of the best British black groups ever in the 90s. Where are they? Why aren't they here? Where was their album? What happened to those girls? Like, the Spice Girls got all the love. How? Why? Like, disrespect to the Spice Girls, but that was auto-tune season. Cleopatra could sing. It's nothing new. I don't see it as nothing new. I just see it as the youths are trying to survive. The wave for them today isn't grime. They call it this new word, and then 2-3 years from now, it's going to be phased out, and a new thing's going to come in, and the next generation is going to be like, oh, we're not that. We're this and this is that. Yeah, here we go again. Like, I've seen it 4 or 5 times. It always happens. It's a repetition.
You're right.
We need to find our sound. We need to create our niche and have the world say, yeah, that's Britain. That's what they do. That's what they're good at. And they all love it. We haven't done that yet. For this, now I'm like in my 30s, and UK can't say we have a sound that is UK that the world can latch onto.
Do you agree? Do you think we're getting better? We're getting a lot better. We're getting more heard out there, and the music, our artists, definitely.
No, like, come on, man. We've got world phenomenal artists from the country. It's just where I think pop is our thing when it comes to the commercial world. It's just like, but for the streets, for the youths. Okay, for example, I don't want to be tooting any names, but I remember when Chipmunk blew up.
Yes.
And I remember when Dizzy Rascal blew up. Two
Yes.
different eras, 10 years apart.
Yeah.
Chipmunk had a lot of the internet to his advantage that Dizzy Rascal didn't have. Yet still, they've both been chart-topping youths, and they've changed the type of music that they were doing when they was on the come up. They had to change that to be chart-topping artists. And a lot of young artists look at that and go, "Oh, you're a sellout and this and that." But how did you buy your house? If Giggs didn't do Look What the Cat's Dragged In, how would have he brought his house? His tunes with Giggs had to change his style from talking the hardest to really getting into depths with people for Giggs to get out of his bubble. So the reality is that the industry will put a certain perspective towards the youths. The streets will put another perspective towards the youths, but the real musicians, the real talented ones that buy their houses and their cars from music, the youths don't listen to them. But these are the guys that are doing world tours without lockdown.
Yeah.
So I would say that the problem today is the same narrative we've always had, allowing the industry to tell our children how to think, what to do. Yeah. Even though, I agree with you with that.
That's good. That's a good sentence, you know what I mean? Because a lot of people listen to the music today and they're trying to pick out, like how we used to listen to people like Jazzy B and all them people back in the day.
Yeah.
And we know what the concept was. Where it's a different generation of today and it's a different concept. So where does it lead? You know what I mean? In the end, do they go back to what we used to listen to, or they try to create a new concept of what they see around them in that sense? But like I said, in that sentence, how do you see it? Do you think there's a big change to come?
Definitely. We are the creative industry, and the only rule to creativity is your morality. We're always going to create changes. We're always going to create inspiration, and we're always going to evolve. Like we won't stay in the same place.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah,
in this promotion that you're doing as well, right?
Yeah.
Does it include medicine as well? Are you actually dealing with medicine as well as the fitness side of it as well?
Gramps should be here right now, man. He's got the medicine to talk about.
Gramps is here, so we're gonna bring Gramps live on air. For some reason his video's not showing. I can't see his video on air.
Well, Keith, can you kind of shed a light on that particular question that I've just asked?
Okay, something's not happening. We've got Gramps. We're trying to get Gramps live on.
I'll try to do this in short form.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into the politics of how music, especially in hip hop, got to where it is right now, because that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
Let's just take it for how to make it better as of right now.
Right.
So if somebody is feeding you junk food, and the music that is out right now that is in rotation on the majority of stations worldwide that are mainstream is junk food for our souls and our spirits. It's encouraging us to gang fight on each other, drug culture, promiscuity, sexualizing our people at 11 years old, 12 years old, and it's a ripple effect.
Okay.
Why it's there, that's a whole nother conversation. Yeah. I'd love to ask all the artists that are current now or about to step in to try to include positive content that is going to help unite your people and educate your people and make that content fun and engaging so we can grow in spirit and as community and in community.
Right.
Because the music that we listen to daily, that is medicine.
Absolutely.
And we are medically being poisoned right now by music.
Right.
100%.
100%. Yeah,
so it's the best time in history right now to be an independent artist. I want to tell all of you artists right now, and I have extensive experience in this industry. Extensive. I'll tell you, it's the best time ever to be independent. You don't need a major label right now. You do not need that. So don't be afraid to put out quality content and really be who you are. Don't be afraid, because there's so many platforms now that will embrace you. You don't need airplay on major mainstream stations now to break through. You just don't need it. It's a plus, but that's not their interest. If that was their interest, you would not hear shoot you this, drug you that, you know, and that lifestyle that's destroying us. You wouldn't hear that content if they had your best interest in mind.
Oh yeah,
We've got EVA FM in Leicester. That's what we do. We're keeping it independent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So on that note, I want to lead you to one of the artists that I totally endorse and love listening to his catalog, and that'd be Gramps right there for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Live.
How you doing, Gramps?
Good evening.
Oh, how is everybody, man?
Well, we're good, you know, Gramps. We're good.
We're good.
Hey, I'll be great.
We're waiting. We're waiting to hear.
Praises.
Yeah, man.
Man.
Yeah.
So,
go ahead.
So how are you, you know, obviously we all know that everybody knows that you used to be singing and stuff like that, but this is another side of you, Gramps, yeah? Now, you know, how did you get involved in this organization? Like the health.
Celebrate Health Media.
Yeah, well, Celebrate Health has been an establishment that has been established for many years. The relationship came about many years ago with myself and Keith. Keith and me met doing some festivals through the years, and then finally in St. Lucia, he brought myself with my brothers Morgan Heritage and Fredro Starr and Maya to St. Lucia. And then me and him, and also Bushman was on that show. And he kind of just said, you know, me and him was kind of this click after a while. And many years later, he told me the things that he was involved with health and wanting to see, you know, Africans in the diaspora and at home to take their health serious, because our health seems like it's under attack by ourselves, by not eating proper, by not doing the proper research, by not knowing what we are prone to. So the relationship just came about by a relationship that was established and was well kept and was healthy. And then he reached out to me and told me about this project. And health is a very serious thing for musicians as well, especially me and my family, because we take it serious. And I was an athlete back in the day, you know, playing American football, and, you know, I always used to play basketball. So, you know, he said, come in, brother, I talk about health and promote it to the world.
Right. You know, when we're talking about herbs and stuff like that, we're talking about marijuana, what things doing. Now, obviously, I've been promoting that is a healing of the nation. And how are you bringing this into it as well, Gramps?
Well, what happened with me, herbs has always been a part of the Rastaman culture. It's always been a part of, you go to a reggae show, you always smell herbs. But me being married to a scientist now, my wife is a doctor, and all of a sudden now, you know, that could be a whole other interview, but I'll give you a short story. I ended up in Forbes magazine 4 times, had nothing to do with reggae music, had nothing to do with music. Forbes magazine. And they found it fit because of what my wife created for my son. My son was born having multiple seizures, almost seizures a day. That she took it upon herself and created a CBD tincture beyond what was on the market, because when she tested everything in the market, it was like, to she, it was a joke. So now herb from the Rasta man now is like, yeah man, the herb are this and the herb are good for this, I want no herb good for this. But what strain of the herb? What strain of the herb to this? So now there's scientific proof, and it just happens. So one of those scientists is my wife. And she had nothing to do with the cannabis industry. She's a cell and developmental biologist. I went to Vanderbilt University, and when we had our son, it just turned into, boy, she had to make something for our son. So when she made this serum for our son, it did miracles. when you see the development of our son, it was like, okay, he's not developing him just, you know, eventually he ended up having to get out 40% of his brain cut out. So my son is missing 40% of his brain. And his mother created this thing that changed his life. They told him that he wouldn't walk. They told him he wouldn't do this. They told him that he won't be able to. And she said, all right. And she just go in the laboratory and created our product called Messiah Medical, which is a CBD brand. It's considered, we don't even sell it in stores. We're just now about to come to the UK to do some studies. And, you know, we just really help a lot of people privately and do pain clickers. As you know, CBD is known to help chronic pain, diabetes, autism, vertigo, all kind of different things I can sit here and into you. So, I mean, that would probably be fair whole net sure, but this is about fitness. And I believe that CBD can play a part in the healing of the nation. Because people say a long time Rastaman said the healing of the nation, but what you mean? Is everybody to just grab a spliff and smoke? No. Because smoking is actually one of the worst things you can do for yourself. But if we can now sit behind it and man a research here, chronics now talk about steaming and the Rastaman smoke chalice, but that hot smoke is not good for your lungs either. So now there's different ways that man eat edibles, man drink it as tea. It's a medicine. We know that as a fact because I can tell you firsthand it has healed my son.
Right. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm glad to hear that, Gramps.
And also, how has music played a part? How has music played a part in what we hear as music for medicine as well? Because I know your music's very soothing. You know, the music you're making and something which you believe in. Do you want to explain a little bit about
music is life? Yeah, go ahead. Finish your question, sir.
Okay. I was just saying your music itself, you know, me and Attraction were just talking and Culture was talking about people like you, the whole song around it, the whole vibe we're getting from it. So how do you go about when you're making music, thinking about the health element and the medicine element within your music?
Oh, yeah. At all times, brother. Music, you know, you've heard some of our musical prophets say many things.
Sharing the richness of cultures. This is EAVA FM.
The new variant of COVID-19 is spreading fast.
Sorry, Gramps, we have a quick radio ad there.
And still pass it on. And people at risk of serious disease are in the gas. Vaccines give clear hope for the future, but the rising infection rate requires action now. Once more, we must all stay home. If it's essential to go out, remember, wash your hands, cover your face, and make space. Stay home. Protect the NHS. Save lives.
The voice of Leicester, sharing the richness of cultures. This is EAVA FM.
You better run from poverty. Yeah. You know this is Bay C, and you're locked into EAVA FM.
English, Hindi, Punjabi, Urdu, Chinese, South African, Sri Lankan, Polish, Somali, French, West African, Arabic, Swahili. The voice of Leicester. This is EAVA FM.
Businesses. If you deal with Europe, new rules now apply. If you haven't already, you need to get started. You can find out what you need to know on the Brexit Checker tool online. In just a few clicks, you'll get personalised actions for your business. Go to gov.uk/transition. Use the Brexit Checker tool and keep your business moving. Check, change, go.
Serving the community 24 hours a day. EAVA FM.
EAVA FM. When you have your friends and you can't trust them, and so you know you have to make adjustment. Because you can't live in a suspense, so you find a solution for the problem. Cut off every dirty heart. If them a fake friend, even I need them, I will see it clear. Say them a pretend. Oh, EAVA FM. Cut off every dirty heart. Bubble Bats, a full flight, sir.
EAVA FM is a multilingual radio station serving the diverse communities of Leicester on 102.5 FM. For advertising and sponsorship, email sales@eavafm.com or call 07811 659 364. That's 07811 659 364. Serving the community, 102.5 EAVA FM.
Okay, Gramps. Sorry about that. We have our commercials that come in on the station every 30 minutes.
Good.
Yeah, every 30 minutes they're automated. But we've got a timer here. But we were interested in what you were saying. You were talking about medicine and music. So I'm gonna let you carry on.
Yeah, well, music, just like you have medicine, you have traditional medicine. We call it Eastern, Western medicine, herbal medicine, all different kind of medicine. But for sure, music is one of those things. The only thing that can compete with music is sex. And I tell people that time, it's the most used language. It's true. You check it. If you go to any country in the world, as a Jamaican, as a white man, as a black man, whatever your nation is, and you see a woman and you like her, you don't even speak English to have sex. No. Because it's a universal language. And it's the same thing with music. You see, music is a thing where you need it at political rallies. You need it at sporting events. You need it at church. Just imagine church without no music. It's not organized.
No, it's not.
It is a power that gathers people, and it also has the power to heal. So when you talk about music, we have to be careful in the content that we are putting music, because music is definitely a medicine. And that's why from the beginning that we come into music, even if it's going to sing a song in a way where it's going to uplift the woman or encourage her or remind you of how you're supposed to treat her or to say sorry or to uplift and change. That's what music's supposed to represent. You're not supposed to degrade and demoralize with demoralized woman. Talk about, if it's a testimony, then it's different. Because we know I'm broke anyone's testimony. Music has the power to change. It has the power to heal people, and it has the power to destroy people. So we as musicians really have a responsibility. And I want to tell you, of every job in the world, music is one of the only ones that is in the Bible. When they talk about that it's meant with promise, them said, as well as the singers and the players of instruments shall be there, all my springs are in thee.
Yes,
so sure you said, that depends on who. The singers and the players of the instrument are the need in the time of the Armageddon when that time they come. So it's a very important job, musician and singing.
So Gramps, greeting my brother. You know the
greetings.
Yes, my brother. Bless culture D. That tune, People Like You. I heard it was a country western song. What decided for you to inspire, to put it across to the world? It's a very uplifting song. Like you said. What made you put that record out in this time where things are going, the world is going mad at the moment. So we need a spiritual eating. What made you put that tune out?
What made me put out the song, what made me sing was, and first of all, let me just enlighten you that it's not a country and western song. It's a song that can play on any platform. It's like when you listen, We Are the World, we are the world, we are the children. Nobody know what kind of song there is. It's a reggae song, it's a jazz song, it's a R&B song, it's a song. Right? That is what the next thing we're wrong with people, but that's the next show. That's the next show right here on EAVA FM. So the thing is with music now is that people like to box it up, and it has the influence. It's just a song. When you listen to a song like "The Lord's my shepherd," what kind of song that? It's a reggae song, it's a gospel song. So people just like familiarity. So the country and western song that they can give them the vibe there. And if you listen to my tone, the influence of where I spend a lot of time here in America. Most of the time we used to spend a lot of time in New York, but now I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. So you find that the essence of where I am and uplifting myself and studying music, studying songwriting, because some of the best songwriters in the world that have written for people like Whitney Houston, Kenny Rogers, Dolly Parton, all of these people, they come from a place called Nashville, Tennessee. Let me tell you what, go on.
Yes.
So the future of reggae music is going to be great because the influence that I'm learning from here, because throughout this COVID in our family, if a man come out of this COVID the same way enter it, when the COVID done and a man look around and I go so, no, go on. And joke thing. Something must have changed in you, or you learn something, or you become stronger, you become more fit, you took your health more serious, you started a new project, you started to learn the stock market. Something has changed. So for me, it was say, yo, I want to become a better songwriter. Because my brother Peter is a great songwriter. Like the man that can take paper and just him brilliant. But when it comes to me, if you write a song, me just sing it off the top of my head. Like when we started my solo project, the family sat down and say, everybody have to stand up on them 1 2 foot. So you can't call Peter for some lyrics, you can't call you, you can't call Mojo. So what happens when 2016 come back around, that year you find Margaret win a Gramps. All of the experience that we went away in these solo projects, we become stronger. You see? So when it comes to the energy of people like you, time my uncle passed away from the coronavirus, David Morgan, rest in peace. And it just hit close to home to my father, because my father look a brother. So the song was just a song when we just go in and sing and say, I want to sing a tune through corona background. I put out a tune. No, because we have enough music out there for people to play. But it was something that, as well as the singers and the players of instruments, all my springs are R&D, they called me to sing that song there. And then when Bobby Digital passed, when all the same man and me, I head to the studio. I say, what is God? And that's what me know say it's serious. And Bobby Digital wasn't from COVID, but from a different situation, from complications. He had to get a surgery. So what happened when I went to the studio, I'm attending the funeral for my uncle, and a piece of emotions come over me, yes, man. And I say, yo, make us sing the song, man. And my producer, I met at a hockey game in Nashville, Tennessee. And he saw me and him start work. I just say, yo, I just want to work on my songwriting. And he had a studio where Johnny Cash sang at and all kind of great country legends. And me and him just start part and say, yo, I want to work on my songwriting. And he said, no problem, mate. He's from Scotland. He's a Irish, not Irish, a Scottish singer. Him link up with me and we start go to the studio, and on that day I went in the studio, sang the song, and when we done, we are looking at each other like, yo, this song feel like I'm like medicine. And we said, let's send it out to the world. And the first person I give that song was Irish and Chill, which is a whole dancehall, badness, roughness, the roughest, toughest in the music. And when we hit to him, and the man go send it, I'll get Tony Mataran, and Tony Mataran say, yo. Because one thing I can tell you about Jamaica, Caribbean people, we love good music. And we know good music. No matter what, if you go to an early juggler or Stone Love Dance, they play out Kenny Rogers in the early juggling. And Whitney Houston. And Jamaica know music. So when we sing the song, we just send it out to my community. The same normal people where we always, when we voice a rhythm and send it to. And the man then just freak out and say, yo, Gramps, everybody's tune you ever sing, and the song just start spread like, and everybody could relate to it. It wasn't like a big tune, like it was because it was relatable. Everybody can say, yo, me lose somebody to, and me lose somebody, and me I feel God. So it's a song of appreciation, dedication, and devotion.
Right. So Gramps, how are you getting the youngsters involved in what you're doing?
How am I getting them involved?
Yes. Yes. Did you hear me? Yeah. How are you getting them involved in your project?
In my project, well, I have a lot of people that works on my team that I'm building now, because the family has said, Gramps, it's time for another solo album, because there's just certain times in the universe when you have to know what time it is. And I do believe when I sing certain songs, it's like, the same thing Buju, I won't go too deep tonight, but there's times when me have to step up front and go because the Armageddon red,
Right.
And
yeah.
we step out and say, let's put a team together. We put a team together, so we have some young engineers, young producers, young musicians between Nashville, Tennessee, and Kingston, Jamaica, and Toronto, Canada. So it's a whole team that we're putting together to really step out when it's this whole pandemic thing come through. People are going to be able to hear me sing these songs live in person and in concert. And a lot of the young youth, them may have enough youth myself. So this is even giving me some time to change pampers, to go to school with the kids them and sit down and have local lunch. So that is the most important kids in my life first, because one thing my father dedicated his life in children, and by doing that and making the sacrifice to put his career on the back burner, there was a band formed called Morgan Heritage. So I'm really the time with the kids them, my son ended up playing American football too. He just got a scholarship to play for a big university here in the United States. And my son Shamiri, which is in music as well. So really getting time to really put into my family and my kids them.
Right.
Okay. A question for you, right, Gramps, because you're a musician and you love touring and you love actually going out performing live. What is your message out there to all the other musicians that are not being able to tour and it's affecting them, their mental health, their physical health? What message do you, what I would say, you as being a legendary artist, what would you say to all the other people out there, the musicians, the up and coming ones who can't make no money because they just can't tour during this pandemic? They can't perform live.
First thing I want to say is get on the computer and do some research. That is number one. And find something that you are good at or something that you desire. Because the internet provides anyone to become a millionaire right now. Anyone. Whether you sell pum pum, whether you do this, whether you do that, whether you sell car.
Gramps, just to let you know, we are creative. On FM radio. As well.
Yeah, man. I covert word.
Okay.
Yeah, man. But check
carry on.
Apart, I think that I like that, man. I like what that about.
Hey,
so like I was saying. Eh?
I said me like your vibes, man.
Yeah, man, but I give to the straight, man. I give to the straight. I know we're on broadcast radio now, that I'm aware. But like I said, it's a thing where we have to be aware of certain things, And if we are not aware, it's like we skip out a question. Repeat the question for me again, this up.
Okay, I was going to say, what words do you have of inspiration to a lot of the musicians and people that cannot tour?
Okay, okay, yes. Well, what one of the things that I can say is take this time to check out your health. I went to the doctor up to today just to check up, because you can't take nothing for granted these days. A lot of people are sitting. One of the biggest things that, and it's not even young musicians. A lot of the musicians, old and young and new, are not making any money. Nobody's the biggest income and stream for artists is touring. That's the biggest, and merchandising. Records now sell like one time when man I sell 30 million records. Them things that are going on again in that music. But people can take this time to really, like I said, and do things that was inside of you that you probably never had a chance to do. Like me, I'm studying, the stock market and trading and cryptocurrency, all of these things, and I got good at it. And I said, but wait, me I sing so long on this stock market thing is serious. So I'm like, it's making me become a better man. And one of the biggest things is I've learned is that we can all live with less. Because sometimes we try to. I was telling somebody this the other day. That people are so foolish that we work so hard, stress out ourselves to impress people that hate us. Just don't make no sense.
Many a true words are spoken.
In America, hearing that I'm shining on them, mate. Look at me. Look at my new Benz, man. I'm gonna shine on them, man. They can't stop me, man. It's like we pressure ourselves to impress the people that don't like us. So once we begin to look within and study sovereignty, knowing of oneself, a lot of things are going to change. And big up to all of the sound man them, and especially my community, the reggae dancehall community, because we have made this genre one of the biggest genres in the world. Without the push and the help and support over the years with mainstream radio and television, because we hardly get that. And give thanks to people like you guys that push our music, because reggae and dancehall don't always get that look. It's every 10 years you hear say a Shaggy broke out, or a Shabba broke out, or a Beanie Man broke out, or a Butcher broke out. But without sound systems and local and community radio, thank you so much. From my heart, thank you. Because I'm learning that now more than ever, even with myself being, I have my own radio show about 10 years now, and being in that community and learning it and say, boy, being on radio is not a joke. First thing you get a million tune a day and you have to pick the good one them from the bad one them. It's a full-time job.
True.
Also, Gramps, I want to just say, you know what? It's a blessing for us to have somebody like you, for you guys to actually feature on our radio, on EAVA FM. It's such a blessing to have
big
that.
up Keith, man.
Yeah.
He's a visionary, so we're the wise lead I will follow.
Yeah, man. That's a natural thing, because you see this thing about your health and everything, a lot of people take it for granted, Gramps. And you notice over the years we've lost a lot of artists.
Let me tell you something. I don't mean to cut you there, but it's serious. You see, when they celebrate Health Africa, it means it's a call to all Africa in the world. I don't mean to cut you. But I just said that because people don't take their health serious till they're threatened. When they say, you got a doctor and say, oh, you're going to die. Oh my God, I'm going to start dying. I need to train. Cool down. I don't understand until we are threatened. And that is the narrative and the mindset that we need to change.
Yes.
Continue, brother.
Prevention better than cure.
You know something?
Yes,
Gramps?
Yeah, man.
You know something, Gramps, as well? You can use this like prostate cancer, right? That is one of the biggest things when it comes amongst black people. And there's a lot of black men don't get themselves checked. That is one aspect. And like you just said, people sit at home and they do nothing towards their health.
Don't you think people watch, but they still don't watch in front of them, still in front of the TV when they come from work, and they sit down for much hours instead of doing something for themselves and train? They sort of watch TV for the next 7-8 hours instead of getting their body in some kind of movement. You know what I mean? And I think that's what half of the time people suffer with. All kind of thing,
Yeah.
You think that's the kind of thing that they should now start believing, that don't take your body for granted and take some kind of nourishment, like you say. It's something I deal with. Because at the end of the day right now, people, like you say, this herb thing should now be, legalized now. this now because we having problem about the legalization in the UK. You understand me? So I think it should be a worldwide thing now that this thing should be well and truly exposed and let them people know say this is a good thing. You understand me? It's not a bad thing at the end of the day. So when I say no, Gramps, that we should push for this more further in certain countries, that people know that is a thing that we need. We need some kind of a substance or something of the herbs to naturalize our body. Some kind of advertising now. Because I notice in America, they legalize certain places, certain countries are legalized and certain countries are not. You understand? Like we were getting back to that statement. I mean, as a youth, I used to boil bush tea to purge my blood and purge my body. You know? So do you think some kind of ways we can do to make the government know? Because this is a national, what you call a health. It's a health thing. You know? Like you said.
He's breaking up hard to hear him.
So
what?
Oh,
I can take that one.
All right.
Go on then.
So I want to take it from what the artists can do who can generate revenue now because they're not touring. Artists, you'll have to own publishing. If you own your publishing, you own your content, or you have a significant stake in your content, you're going to be residuals, mechanical residuals for the rest of your life. So when you're not touring, you're still participating in the revenue that is generated. I've worked with artists that have sold millions and millions and millions of records that are broke.
Okay.
And you actually could fit me into one of them as an artist if I wanted to look at it like that. I had nearly 2 million records sold on Warner Brothers on pre-order as a jazz artist that couldn't be delivered because I didn't own my masters. I didn't have access to my masters. And when my manager broke up, I lost X amount of dimes on every album times, nearly 2 million records. So you gotta own your content is what I'm telling you.
Right.
If you're the artist itself, and if you're not capable of writing, okay, fine, then give up points for writing. If you're not capable of production, then fine, give up points on production. If all you want to do is sing and be on stage and get paid, well, then that's going to be your value, and that's going to be your only revenue.
Right.
But if you create content, that's going to be lifelong retirement fund for you. What I also want to say to y'all is you got to develop your projects. When you're not on tour making money, you got to develop things that are personal and dear to you and invest in yourself so you will have a product to merchandise or a service to offer. So when you do go back on tour, guess what? You now can promote your product or service that you have an equity stake in because you've developed it.
I think that's so important, Keith. I think that's the message that needs to be pushed. And just like Gramps was saying as well, you guys have hit the nail on the head. There's a lot of things that the artists or people should be doing during this lockdown period to actually kind of move forward in life. One of them is focusing on health, focusing on your business, focusing on the things you never had an opportunity to do. So even like yourself, Gramps, I bet you're doing a lot of background work during the last 12 months.
It's been so much work, man. I mean, work from dub plate, work from, the biggest one is really family. Because I want to tell you, in this whole time, it's like, man, this is the most I ever get a chance to carry my kids and go to school, get up in the morning, say a little prayer with them, make them look pancake and send them off and boil two dumpling, give them and fry 2 dumpling. One morning I fry dumpling, next morning a boy, something, you know. So it's really a joy to just be able to celebrate some of the things that we take for granted so much. For me, it's like, you know, we take it for granted, you know, and I'm just really excited what the world, especially young black men, is going to come out of this. I'm getting a chance to something as simple as stretching. And Keith knows the importance of stretching. And I want to tell you, in getting your health together, the biggest part of it is nutrition. That's 80% of it, I would say. It's not just going to the gym or area. You can't just walk a mile a day and just make sure that your nutrition is on point, and it can change a lot in your body.
You know, when it comes to women now, yeah, because we all know women can put on a lot of weight as well, Gramps, yeah. So So how do women, you know, on this program will help them?
I want to let Keith would know exactly about that, right?
Yeah, Keith, an expert on those numbers.
He's a health expert, right?
He's the expert.
Well,
what would you say about that, Keith?
I want to tell you about 70% of our client base over the last decade are women. There's a lot more societal pressure on women to keep up their appearance, and they're very, very inspired to do something about them when they're starting to lose that appeal.
Right.
So when you first meet your woman, and she's I see we got the 1 minute advertising alert.
Yeah. I'm on it. Go on.
The guys are very motivated to run home. Like, nobody's looking to hang out. They're like, yo, I'm ready. I'm going to go see my girl tonight. And after a kid later, after, they put on a few pounds, then they're looking to go hang out. Then the woman is like, I'm not getting touched in 6 months, so it's time to do something about my body, because he's losing the excitement of coming back. And we're going to go to commercial with that and come back.
Come back.
Now.
It never caught us this time.
It never caught us this time. Here we go.
EAVA, sharing the richness of cultures. This is EVA FM.
The new variant of COVID-19 is spreading fast. Around 1 in 3 people with COVID-19 don't have any symptoms and still pass it on. At risk of serious disease and pressure on our NHS. Vaccines give clear hope for the future, but the rising infection rate requires action now. Once more, we must all stay home. If it's essential to go out, remember, wash your hands, cover your face, and make space. Stay home. Protect the NHS. Save lives.
The voice of Leicester, sharing the richness of cultures. This is EVA FM.
You better run from poverty. Yeah. You know this is Bay C, and you're locked into EVA FM.
English, Hindi, Punjabi, Urdu, Chinese, South African, Sri Lankan, Polish, Somali, French, West African, Arabic, Swahili. The voice of Leicester. This is EVA FM.
Businesses. If you deal with Europe, new rules now apply. If you haven't already, you need to get started. You can find out what you need to know on the Brexit Checker tool online. In just a few clicks, you'll get personalised actions for your business. Go to gov.uk/transition. Use the Brexit Checker tool and keep your business moving. Check, change, go.
Serving the community 24 hours a day. EVA FM.
EVA FM. When you have your friends and you can't trust them, and so you know you have to make adjustment. Because you can't live in a suspense, so you find a solution to the problem. Cut off every dirty heart. If them a fake friend, even don't need them. And we see it clear, say them a pretend. Oh. EAVA FM. Cut off every dirty heart. How about so full flight ends out?
EAVA FM is a multilingual radio station serving the diverse communities of Leicester on 102.5 FM. For advertising and sponsorship, email sales@eavafm.com or call 07811 659 364. That's 07811 659 364. Serving the community, 102.5 EAVA FM.
Okay, Gramps. Okay, Keith, we're back. Yeah, EAVA FM 102.5. I'm going to let you carry on, Keith, about what you were saying about your client base being very heavy female orientated over the last.
So if a lady, if she starts to put on weight, she starts to lose the falling in love with herself part, and it starts to trigger various types of depression. The healthiest relationships that we see coming through our programs are ones that are very they have fire with their intimate life. If you're not intimate with your partner on a regular basis, it kind of leads to unless you have that type of agreement, it leads to challenges in keeping the relationship together. The attraction basis for a lot of us is physical. So when people start to put on weight, they start to lose the physical appeal to their partners. If a guy is putting on weight and he still can treat his lady and wine and dine her, he's more likely to be able to keep her in his circle, or as his partner than a lady who is putting on all the weight and his heart is still with her because he loves her, but he's physically not as excited anymore. So his bamboo start to go run to other yard.
Right.
Okay. Right time.
Okay, so
right time. Stay with us, yeah? You're back.
So it's very important for us to not only make sure that we're so healthy to stay in love with ourselves, but out of just general consideration for your partner, you don't want to put your partner in a position where they have to compromise their excitement or even take care of you later on in your life because you neglected to take care of yourself when you had a chance. So y'all got to think about, do I want to have my partner help me go to the bathroom and shower because I failed to be attentive to myself for a decade or 15 years. And now we're in the later years and I can't walk on my own. I can't go to the bathroom on my own. Because everything you do right now is going to have a direct impact on what happens with you later on.
Okay.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, man.
Keith, you also have you also have a TV show. The TV show is running right now.
Yes, sir. We're running every week on Saturdays. Yeah, we're running nationally. If you go to celebratehealth.africa and just look at the TV show, there's all the details there for the show and of course for the health programs as well.
Okay.
Yeah. But that show replaced The Biggest Loser in a couple of markets internationally, and it's now airing domestically in the U.S. It's a fun show. It's a fun show. It takes on journeys from people that start out as morbidly obese or with cancers, diabetes, people that are the part of the ectomorph population with the fast metabolisms and slender that put on some muscle and got in better shape, and you get to watch people in real time do some wonderful long-term transformations.
Okay, so how is your boot camp going?
Well, in the TV show, it's actually it seems like it's a boot camp, and it is in a way, but it's not. It's just kind of comes off like that to be entertaining, to get people excited about talking about health and addressing health. But when you really come into our programs, it's really fun. It's one big family together. Like the first week or two is kind of new for people and they're kind of getting used to it. But after like the third week, they can't wait to come.
Right.
And even when you graduate, and we've graduated 36 groups, like over 4,000 people we've graduated, those people still come to the facilities and just connect to you because they miss the vibe so much. So when you start to take care of yourself, when you start to see the direct results of your body, you get addicted to that. You get addicted to feeling good and all natural. No medications, no drugs. We all have the power to manage our bodies like that, but we don't have the discipline.
Okay.
So, Ryt Iye, how are you more involved? Are you repping the health media, Celebrate Health tour here in the UK more? And what works have you got coming up soon?
So I'm an ambassador for Safe Camp. I've been for, I think, going 5-6 years now. I've been to New York, worked with the guys as well as in Jamaica. Forward to the youth in Jamaica as well. They definitely need some help out there with getting rid of some of the heavy spices. But for the UK primarily, I'm here as one of the UK ambassadors. We'll get rid of everything around me because it's just too much madness. So I'm here as one of the UK ambassadors, not only for Safe Camp, but for all of my musical associates as well. So
hopefully we can bring you down to the station in Leicester real soon when lockdown's over, yeah?
Definitely, and I'll come in, I'll bring my guitar probably and play something live maybe.
Wow. That would be good. That would be good. That would be definitely
we look forward to that. We look forward
but it's mostly musically related for myself, as an artist. And also I'm a bit of an alternative education provider myself. I study IT as well, and I have study stocks as well. I teach how to trade actually. So that's something that's
is that what you say that again, Ryt Iye? You actually teach at Alternative Education Center?
No, I teach alternative educations. So I used to be a teacher, say about 9 years ago. I've also been a security guard, but I've become as Gramps said earlier, trading, but I teach people to trade now.
Wow.
Yeah. So we're about to launch my own another website, Tech Profits Traders. It's a whole new thing because when I came into the markets a couple of years ago, it was a lot of lies and the misconceptions. So it took me a little while, a few blown accounts and months of practice.
Are you indulging in the Forex as well?
All of the markets, Forex, stocks, cryptos. I literally trade the whole market. Whatever you want to look at, I can put an algorithm on it and tell you what's going on, whether you should be involved or not. And
is that a new thing that you've got involved in, or is that something before lockdown, after lockdown, or?
It's quite funny. It occurred before lockdown, literally the whole year, like from 2019. I was trying to convince people, hey, you want to quit your 9 to 5? Do you want to learn how to trade and get some residual income? And I was already self-isolated, and then it became a trend. And I was like, well, if you guys are going to self-isolate, I'm going outside. it changed for me. I was already in that state of mind, prepared. And when it was happening, we was so the lockdown didn't affect me personally. It just really opened my eyes that people need to pay attention more and be a bit more open-minded and not wait until the last minute and until the emergency hits before they decide to pay attention to things that maybe they could have before time.
Right.
No, it's been amazing, having you guys having you here. You know what I mean, Ryt Iye? Like some of the inspiration you kind of spoke about, not just music, you're talking about loads of different things. So we Me Culture and Attraction can't wait to have you here live in the studio rather than doing this live feed stuff. You know, we want to be socializing in real world. You feel me?
That's right. That's
Yeah, man. We're gonna bring it back, man. We're gonna bring back the live energy to the world. We're gonna bring back the concerts, the stage shows, everything. This is Celebrate Health has mainly been actually a concert idea, and because of the lockdown, we had to change our approach and what we wanted to do. So there is a lot more to come, guys. Just keep the link. Make sure you holler at Lady Diana, Media Net. You know the connect. We here, man. We here.
Absolutely.
Check out my website, rytiye.com. RYTIYE. Big up Nottingham, all the East Midlands, West Midlands, UK, and please come to Celebrate Health.Africa and come and join our program, and be involved with a collective of people who genuinely care about you and your health, and it's not about money. It's really about helping people in a way that they can't normally get that help. That's what I'm here for, to try and inspire people to break out of their comfort zone and do something abnormal.
Yeah, it's a real good thing what you guys are doing, you know what I mean? Because you know what, there is plenty of people out there though, that are shy to come forward as well. What would you say to these people as well?
Okay, before I even get into that, I definitely want to say, make sure you log on to grampsmorgan.com as well, guys, and go check out Gramps' music, because he's a legend.
Legendary artist.
For the people at home that are struggling right now with this lockdown, like Keith said, you can come and join us in our sessions that start in February, and you have company that you don't normally have. It would be nice, maybe we could get Gramps to come and give you some of his boxing training in a session.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's training with the boxing now. Once you get
I heard he's a good
celebrity boxing tournament, and I totally endorse it.
Yeah.
Please, everybody's invited. Floyd, please come on in, Floyd. I'd love to see you, Floyd. I'd love to see you.
Showing them some.
I'd love to see any of the young lions. Garcia, Javante, I'd love to see y'all too in it.
Right.
I have no problem spending some time with y'all. Just give me a shot. Everything goes to charity.
Yeah, that's good.
Gramps is ready. Gramps knows how to protect himself. He's ready to have money on.
Right. I heard he was a bit of a boxer.
Yeah.
Gramps is training right now. When he was on the line with you, he was doing movements with his legs, getting his quads and calves while he was doing this interview.
Wow.
He's training nonstop, Gramps.
Wow.
Okay, Keith, do you have any final words for us to kind of finish off on? I know time is passing. We're so enjoying ourselves. People are messaging us here on the radio, on my WhatsApp, on the messaging. They're saying big up. They're enjoying it. The message is getting.
I want to tell all of you, health is not just physical. It's mental. It's financial. It's emotional. It's psychological.
Spiritual.
Your body is the vehicle that you inherited at birth. It's what you're going to be using for the rest of your life. It must be a priority. It comes before everything else. You can't help anybody that you love if you are physically enabled. If you get any type of condition whatsoever, everyone that loves you now has to contribute towards your care. So by you neglecting yourself, you're being inconsiderate to the people that you love and yourself. You got to think long-term with your body. And there's no procrastination with it. You can go out and get hit by a dollar van tomorrow. There's no guarantees. By the way, when you get hit with the dollar van, they're going to list it as COVID. So just remember that.
Yeah. Because they're going to put everything down to COVID now, ain't they?
So I'd love to invite all of you to
remember, guys, we also
with me and my boys, my friends, virtually right from your living room. Go to celebratehealth.africa. Check out the programs. I can tell you that you can see I have some friends with me, and I got a lot more. And when you train with us, you will never know who's going to sit in on those training sessions.
Right.
I train belt holders, like fighters, real fighters who hold belts right now. I train artists. I train regular people and wonderful people. And you're never going to know who the guest coaches are going to be. So I really hope that y'all come and healthy with us so we can have a graduation worldwide. Like, imagine people from all over the world training together virtually and having a graduation that celebrates them.
Right.
I mean,
That would be crazy. That would be crazy.
We've had 36 graduations, VJ. 36.
Wow. Wow.
So we want to make a worldwide movement, especially for the African diaspora.
Yeah.
And get all of us on board, but not just physically. We want to get you united together economically. We want to get you united together spiritually. In these workshops, they're not only going to be physical. You're going to learn about the stock market. You're going to learn about investing in real estate. You're going to learn how to get yourself financially healthy, mentally healthy, emotionally healthy. The six-pack is just a bonus.
Right.
The glutes for the ladies, the box side is just a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
I want the bonuses, Keith.
They're easy, brother VJ. They're easy.
Yeah. I feel you. Yeah.
But you cannot circumvent the process of what it takes to get the bonuses. I don't want to see you working to get a paycheck. I want to see you investing to get residuals for the rest of your life. I don't want people training with me and my health professional colleagues just to get a six-pack, because you can lose that six-pack just as easy. Well, I'm sorry, you can lose it a lot easier than it takes to get it.
Absolutely.
I want to see you live a long, healthy life where when you tell your body what to do, your body says, I got you. That's much more important. And if you take it from that angle, from the inside out, you're going to have a six-pack and whatever you want with your body as far as how you look at your disposal whenever you want. It's not going to be in and out.
Okay.
So what you're saying?
Thank you.
We're
gonna finally. What's your website? People can go and look at.
So celebratehealth.africa is where you want to go for everything.
Okay, celebrate.life.africa.
Celebrate health.
Celebrate health.
Celebrate health.
Africa.
Yeah, celebratehealth.africa.
It's the link, you see.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean,
you guys, it's been
I'm not really big on social media because I don't really use those platforms, but I'm at Keith Dorsette and I check it sometimes, but not a lot.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, it's been fantastic having you guys here today. Thank you so much. It's been
pleasure.
VJ.
Respect.
Attraction B.
Yeah, man. Respect, man. Respect.
Culture.
Keith.
It's been a honor. Listen to you
Yo,
guys.
if I give you an acronym, you are VAC. PAC. VJ Attraction Culture. VAC.
Yeah.
All right.
The real back. Not the one they want we take, no?
No, the real man.
You guys get the D.
Yeah. You know what? I would like to talk to you guys individually as well. It would have been nice to talk to them individually, and we have to set up a date where we talk to these guys individually, especially Gramps Morgan and Keith Dorsette. I'm kind of interested of talking to them on a one-to-one basis because when I do a lot of these interviews, and myself and Culture do a lot of these interviews, we get really in the music, you know what I mean, and in the interview that, and I can see that we're going to have a real good talk with Gramps Morgan and Keith Dorsette as well, because these guys are big in the business of what they do right now. So what I'm going to do now is, VJ, you got the last words?
Just want to say, I think it's fantastic attraction, to have this kind of music and health, what we do. We love music.
Yeah.
But also during this period here, we're using health as well, which is so fantastic, don't you think?
Well,
and I think what Keith's work, which he's been doing,
it is fantastic. It is fantastic, and I can
Mm.
guarantee you, you know, there's a lot of people that's been listening today, you know, not even just been listening just to see what Gramps Morgan had to say about it. And there was a different side to him. You know what I mean? Who's
Also,
to know?
Fredro, for me, I've grown up listening to Onyx from such a young age.
Yeah, I remember
Such a young-
Onyx.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
I've got albums by Onyx as well.
And
you
when
know?
I see now, it kind of fits in together from when I see somebody like Onyx on stage, and then he's coming on to do about Celebrate Health.
Yeah,
It's crazy.
it is crazy.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
You know something as well, you know, I kind of had this feeling, well, not feeling, I know that music and health go together. Because like Gramps and the other artists, Fredro, when they go on stage, they got to be healthy because they're going on and doing a set for so long.
They need the lungs.
Exactly. They need the lungs, they need to keep themselves fit, and they need to keep them to eat the right foods as well.
Culture. How do you think? What did you think about everything? We can't hear you, Culture.
I've got him on.
I can't hear you, Culture.
We can't hear you. Culture, we can't hear you.
Okay. You know what? We've got some technical things going on with Culture right now. Okay. So yeah. Traction, should we just say, tell all the people we're going off Facebook and YouTube?
Well, right now we're going to go off. This week, what you see now will be